Hello, welcome to In the Kitchen with Melissa. I'm your host, Melissa King. Thank you so much for watching. Happy fall. Yesterday was the first day of fall. While summer is my favorite season because of the sun, you could wear shorts, you could go barefoot outside without your toes freezing. I know in Southern California, don't really need to worry about that here, but I grew up in Reno, Nevada, where it was cold in the winters. So during the winter, I loved wearing sandals still, but my toes would just freeze. So I love summer. I'm definitely a summer girl. I love the beach. However, I love fall because I love the colors changing on the leaves. And there's just something about the holidays approaching. I love the holidays. That is just satisfying, might be the word. We're kind of getting to the tail end of the year when fall starts, and everyone I know wants this year to be over. Well, that's not really the mindset I'm in. I just want to focus on what I can be doing better right now, how I can grow, what I can do to contribute to society. So I hope that these videos bring you joy and inspiration, and that they are a fun way to help you reduce your anxiety, because the goal of these In the Kitchen with Melissa videos is to make cooking healthy, whole, real, nutrient-dense food easy and simple, and to kind of remove some of that stress and anxiety that a lot of people have about cooking, because I've been there. Trust me, I have been there. So with all that being said, this morning, I'm not going to actually cook a recipe. What I thought I would do is share my favorite fall ingredients, since yesterday was the first day of fall. So I have my Instant Pot here because I love my Instant Pot. You guys know that. When if you follow me at all, if you know me personally, you know I love, 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 love my Instant Pot. So really just having an Instant Pot or a slow cooker. It doesn't have to be the Instant Pot brand. It could be any kind of brand that you like, that you enjoy. But having some sort of a slow cooker during the fall is amazing. And I'll just jump right into it. So one of the first ingredients that I love and usually always have in stock during the fall, usually year round, but definitely during the fall, is broth. Okay, now this is store-bought organic bone broth, chicken broth, but it could be vegetable broth, it could be homemade bone broth, it could be beef broth. Just make sure you don't want a lot of additives in it. So this has water, chicken, onions, carrots, celery, sea salt, spices, cider vinegar, and rosemary extract. Usually the rosemary extract not only adds flavor, but rosemary is really great for keeping products fresh. So a lot of the more natural whole food ingredients, like the prepackaged products, will have rosemary extract in them to help keep them fresh. So definitely broth. We love to have homemade bone broth in stock. However, it's not always realistic in our homes. Sometimes I don't always have the time, or we don't even have like enough bones to do a batch, to cook a batch. So just a good higher quality store-bought bone broth, or any kind of broth, something preferably without sugar in it. Usually there's the sugar content isn't usually a lot, even if sugar is in the ingredient list, but we try and avoid that in our house whenever possible. So this is the season for squash. Okay, so you could do zucchini squash, which you could get all year round. Butternut squash, this is a butternut squash. I make an amazing bacon kale butternut squash soup that there will be a video in the pipeline this fall. It is by far my favorite recipe that I've created in my kitchen. It's amazing. If you are vegan or vegetarian and you don't eat bacon, don't worry about it. You can totally leave the bacon out, okay? But the kale and the squash together is amazing. It's actually pretty simple to make. It's a little time consuming, but it's totally worth it because you can make a big batch and freeze it. So squash, I love having squash, like acorn squash, any kind of squash, because it's amazing. You could put, this is the cinnamon, yeah, cinnamon on all sorts of squash. One thing I love is the acorn squash. Like you slice it in like, ½ inch to 1 inch slices. You carve out, like take all the seeds and stuff out, and then you roast it. And then just sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon on. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So cinnamon is another staple ingredient that we have in our house all year round, but it's especially really great to have in fall because of the squash. Sprinkle out in sweet potatoes. It adds that spiciness and the sweetness to it. So, and speaking of squash, canned pumpkin. Yes, I've never made homemade pumpkin, like taken a pumpkin and like, roasted it and done whatever you need to do to make a puree. I haven't done that, but I am tempted to do it one day. It is definitely on my to-do list. Maybe this fall I will do that. But just simply organic canned pumpkin. You could do so much with this. I have a crustless pumpkin pie recipe video that will be coming out. The recipe is on my website. And the video will be coming out right before Thanksgiving, just in time for the holidays. I'm working on fine-tuning my pumpkin bread recipe, and these are all gluten-free. They're all paleo, primal friendly. So, well, they're all primal friendly, not necessarily paleo or keto or vegan. However, they are a healthier version of, say, the store-bought or the other mixes that are super, super high in refined sugar. So one thing I love about pumpkin is it's naturally sweet. So you don't have to use a lot of sugar if you're, say, making a pumpkin pie or pumpkin bread, because pumpkin is naturally sweet. I also believe I have a pumpkin spice latte recipe on my website, which is amazing. Oh my gosh, I love going to a coffee shop and getting just a really, really good pumpkin spice latte where it's the right balance of sweetness and the pumpkin spice. So yes, check that out on my website, the crustless pumpkin pie and the pumpkin spice latte, and it's a healthy version of it. There's nutrients in it that you're going to benefit from. And then, of course, pumpkin pie spice. Yes, hello. And this is the Trader Joe's brand. I just buy it pre-mixed. You can make your own. I'm lazy sometimes, so I'll just do this with that. And then, so soups, I love making soups all year round, but especially in the fall. And then chili. Trader Joe's has a really, really, really great chili powder. What I love about this is it's not spicy. I made chili a couple days ago in this, and I doubled my batch, and I put about 1.5 tablespoons of this, and it wasn't spicy at all. So what I did is I just added a little bit when I served up my bowl, and it just added a little bit of spice. So that's what I love about this chili seasoning blend, is that it's not spicy. So it just adds the right amount of flavor. But however, if you do want spicy, just add a little bit of cayenne to it, or black pepper, something like that. But chili is definitely something we have a lot during the fall because, number one, it's super easy to make, and number two, I can let it sit in the slow cooker, on the slow cooker setting in my Instant Pot all day long for 8 hours, and just stir it occasionally. Usually stir it about every hour or so. And you can make double or triple a batch and have leftovers. So we're usually eating it for at least 1 or 2 days after I make it. And you could also pop it in the freezer, put it in a freezer safe container and just pop it in the freezer for a night where you're like, oh, I'm so hungry, but I don't want to cook. Just take it out, let it defrost a little bit, and heat it up in the saucepan or a microwave, and voila, you have dinner. And you can also I love putting sweet potatoes, cubed sweet potatoes in my chili. It's really, really good because we don't put beans in it. We're not a huge bean fan in our home. So we leave the beans out of the chili, but sweet potatoes is a great alternative. You could put a squash in there, an acorn squash, a butternut squash, whatever kind of starchy vegetable you like, and it's really, really good. You could throw kale in there, spinach, broccoli, cauliflower, basically anything you want in there. And that's what I love about having a chili recipe, is you can make it different every time. So these are staple ingredients in our home, and this little baby, my little baby Instant Pot's gonna get used a lot this fall, and I'm super excited. So tell me, I wanna know, what's your favorite fall ingredient? What's your favorite ingredient to cook with during this season? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and you can go to our website, Honeybee Wellness. No, that's not the website. melissaking.net or honeybee.kitchen goes to the same place, and check out our recipe tab and let us know what you think. I am working on a few, I have recipes in the works always, but I do want to create my own chili seasoning blend. So that will be on the website as soon as it is created and perfected. Same thing with the pumpkin bread recipe. So I'm so excited. All right, guys, enjoy your day. Thank you so much for watching. Again, don't forget to subscribe and let me know in the comments what ingredients you love to cook with during the fall, and also what kind of recipes do you want me to create for you? What do you want to learn in the kitchen? I'm open to opportunities and ideas. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.